Alright, everybody. So, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Okay, so today, how it's going to work is that the Kimchi Chronicles people are going to still be here and they're going to be leaving today. Okay? And I want to go over the routine of how the day's going to look. Now, what I want you to do is, on your way out of the door today, I want you to tell me what was the highlight for you? What was your favorite part of yesterday? Because I know that it was I know that you all had a blast yesterday. I know I did, learning and sharing experiences, and open-minded, and discovering new cuisine and getting to know them, getting to eat with them, and I just had an absolute blast. So I hope that you all enjoyed that, but today is a new day. I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to talk about the schedule for today, okay? Because we have a couple things happening. It is going to be a hot dog's delicious day out there. Don't take my word for it. I heard it from Just That Magic. So we might be in here. Maybe because it's so hot out there, because I don't want to go out when it's like blasting hot. And then what we're going to be doing is we're going to probably be watching an episode of the Kimchi Chronicles, okay? But first we have to get through the plans for today. So, they're going to be leaving at about 1 o'clock today. So that means that the resemblance prayer has to happen here and now. So, that marker, I could not find the cap, and I just let it go out of its suit. Okay, now, today, we're going to be switching gears a little bit, after we're done with the Kimchi Chronicles, and we're going to move on to, something else, which is, yes, what's your question? Oh, okay. Alright. Yeah, I know. Well, we'll get back to Gemini Club, I promise. But I just have a lot of stuff to juggle right now, so someday we'll have a meeting. Okay? If you've been keeping up with the reading, if you've been reading ahead, then that's amazing, and I'm, so proud of you, and I commend you for, doing that, because I know that you're interested. I know, I just have a lot of plans. So, Alamelu. Helpful Indian flavors with Alamelu. And I'm going to warn you, it is going to sound scripted and by a teleprompter. But that's what we're going to be moving on to, okay? So, and also, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing Helpful Indian Flavors with Alamelu. At the same time, we're going to be learning a song that has to do with the pandemic that is going on right now of COVID. And this is a song based off of, if you ever seen the brand new Thomas and Tank Engine movie, and you put in on YouTube Thomas and Friends Don't Stop, or if you go online, type that in, find the videos and lyrics for it, then that song with its melody, I have composed a song that has lyrics that are, the same melody, but the lyrics have to do with Corona. So, today, what we're going to happen is we're going to have the resemblance prayer, and of course, that marker is, OOA, out of action. Okay. So, today, this is going to smell a little bit. I don't know if you can see it or not. I don't know if you can see that marker. Let me get another one. markers. I wish that they lasted a little bit longer. So, oh, that's beautiful. So resemblance quill. So there's going to be a resemblance quill between Marja and Christy. I'll talk about that here in just a second. Okay, so Marja and Christy resemblance quill. And then after that resemblance quill is done, then what's going to happen is you'll get more so lunch and social time. So lunch and social time, okay? And what's going to happen is then after that time, we're going to come back and heal. And I'm going to see if I can put Kimchi Chronicles up there so that we can watch it. So an episode of that. I have to see, I don't know what it is. It's certainly not going to be the first one though, because everything in the first show was explaining, you already know it. So Kimchi Chronicles episode, and then what's going to happen is we're going to be moving on to helpful Indian flavors. With Alamelu, we might watch an episode of that. Okay. And so helpful Indian flavors with Alamelu. Okay. And then we're going to learn song lyrics for so Don't Stop. Corona version. And then if we have time, we might review songs. Okay? Excellent. Now, I know that I told you about that man on the roof or whatever skit, and we're going to get to that sometime or another, okay? After all of these other plans are done, okay? But let's just focus here. You know, I told you the Cementon is like this. It is all over the place. It is unpredictable. It's just how it is. There's a lot going on at one time. You might think, okay, you know, there's plans, let's stick to those plans. And then something else happens. This is how the Cementon works. Because I am very spontaneous. And it goes on the fly. You know, just spontaneously. Just thinking of something right there and then, you know, doing it right there. That's how it is, okay? So, just get over that. Just get used to it. So, alright, so now I'm just going to talk about all of these things here, okay? Now, the resemblance pair between Marja and Christy, if you've ever seen. How many of you in here have seen Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition? Okay. Well, well, that's amazing. So you know who Christy is, like that, you know, mother with the black hair who looks like kind of Hollywood model type, actress type, you know, but yet having kids. Kind of, you know, one of the customs is better. You know, one of the small customs for her is better. I will tell you that right now. And bearing a resemblance to the individual who played in the movie Night at the Museum and the Smithsonian, and then the third one, who played Sacagawea, which I do not remember her name. But we're going to talk about their resemblance. We're going to have their resemblance bird, and you're going to hear all the information about that. We're going to have lunch. We're going to be enjoying because there is leftovers from the meal that we had last night, because there was a lot of food, and it was a really, really big table with a lot of condiments. You all were like getting in there and overwhelmed and everything. So we will have leftovers for our lunch today. The cooks are not making anything, just so you know, and there should be plenty of leftovers. There's a lot of leftovers. And then you're going to have time to get to talk to them and get to have social time, in that room again. Get to hang out with them and, chill and, have some time to talk to them. And so then Chemistry Chronicles episode, okay? And then Helpful Indian Flavors with Alamelu. We may watch, episode, the very, very first episode that she ever did. And let me tell you that my moon's in Virgo for this next coming year, and I kind of feel that a little bit with being kind of critical of myself and standing up here, getting all my points across, and also other people. And I could figure out a couple, just a couple of mistakes that, a couple of things that she forgot to add in. So then we're going to talk about Don't Stop Coronaversion. And in addition, what's going to be happening is, because I was calling Mick, Mick, the resemblance, or the governor, Mick. Her name is, and I'll write down what her name is. I have to write it down, so you know. Let's see. We're going to also listen to The Neverending Story as just a little introduction. So her name, just going to write it out for you here, is Mick. Okay, what that is, okay. Lone Year. Mick Sidlonier. Just say it over and over again in your head, because it's a complicated name. So, Mick is her name. And she will be coming here to the Minton, okay? Anyone's name who I don't like to say, I will switch backwards, okay? So, Mick Sidlonier. Okay, so just remember that. Okay, so Mick Sidlonier, okay? She will be coming here today, okay? And we're going to learn the song. Learn the Don't Stop song while she is here, okay? And I don't know exactly what time that will be. We'll just have to see about all of this, okay? Then we're going to review the songs for the concert, which these are going to be the Just Peachy song. It could also be, let's see, Just Peachy. Sing a little bit of the You Have to Be There, although we did not get to that and finish it. I might have to postpone a lot of things here. So, this is the plan, okay? Now, the resemblance prayer will be commencing here in just a few little minutos, okay? Everybody, welcome. You can come and you can sit down on the couch, but I will have Marcia and Christy up, standing up, or sitting in the following seats right in front of me. So you can all get situated here. Just a second. Alright, are we there? Okay. Welcome, one and all. Friends, family, Minton staff and students and guests from all over. From mine to Julia Eskinwolds to Mrs. Bellbrooks, Tenson's, Things, Shoops, Bundlebox, Bluebell, Groonies, to Leia Talk, and also Trips a Minton. And to the Minton leader who runs the Toodaloo store that helps us function, that we help it function. And I want to also thank to the amazingly, gloriously phenomenal Minton leader who runs the company that is funded and really determines what directions we're going in, what new ideas we're using to create all our songs and activities, and so much more on all of our occasions. It is the cornerstone and the fuel of the Minton in that area. To help us financially is the is the two to lose. And also that gives us a lot of our resources as well. But the actual magic and the uniqueness and the real spark and pizzazz of our Minton ideas, which create, as I said, our customs and songs, come from exploring new heights, raising new heights, reaching new heights. Exploring, reaching, and raising new heights company. Now, we will all gather here today in the matrimony of connection to celebrate and commemorate and to honor the resemblance between two individuals that are completely random. They don't know each other. They don't know who they are. But they have resemblances and connections in which we are going to look at, understand, and also have appreciation and respect and open-mindedness for, and pleasure and honorment for. We are going to celebrate, commemorate, and honor the resemblance between Christy and Marcia. May the two following individuals please come forward. I know very well that I don't think that this will fit in with my 2 pints piece, but I think it will make a fine deductive addition to my pageantry ethos and my Cotsaverne streenness. I do have also a section in my Kustres Astringus, and in addition, my Melback company will be thrilled and will also be very honored to celebrate and commemorate the resemblance and to welcome Marcia into the Melbacks in the Melback country, making wine and grapes and aging them like fine cheeses. Way down in California, making wonderful vegetables, fruits, and also memories. Memories that bring people back on their way back home to anywhere else in the U.S. They stop by, and it's a place for a break. It's a place for the tourist's sensuality. And if you like food and tasting new flavors and wonderful rustic American classic experiences, do not miss out going to the Melbacks. It's almost time for Melback seasons. And as wine ages and cheese and coffee ages, so does prosciutto and also kimchi, of which that will lead into the introduction of Marcia and also Christy, which will commence without further word. Let us begin with Marcia. Marcia, I want you to, the following individual, Marcia, come and stand directly facing me. Marcia, as the host of the Kimchi Chronicles, will be led into, as I quote, she was originally born in Korea. She was born into a Korean family, a mother and a father. And those are her roots and her origin, and what makes her more than Korean heritage. As a Sagittarian woman, that will be later discussed. She was put up for adoption at the age of 3 and lovingly raised by a family in Virginia in America. She lived under classic American cooking, rustic, country, rich from all over Louisiana, southern, eastern, western, and northern American cooking from all of the different states and counties and regions, and all of the different sub-cuisines. She found her birth mother when she was about 19 years old in New York City, finding her in a crowd of individuals, knowing that it was her. Never did she think that she would find her biological mother, but she did, and they took her in to her house in New York. And she went in the bath, and she treated her lovingly with, the respect and care of a Korean mother. And also, as quoted, stuffing her face with Korean food. She was married to Jean-Georges, who is a French chef, who was born in Alsace, France, the land of pork and cabbage, who, when he was 16, he began his apprenticeship as a chef, and then he came to America to become one of the greatest chefs and professional, opening a restaurant, and they fell in love with their own unique and very diverse, very dizzying, and very celebratory and special and very amazing and novelty-like childhood. They came together and married. And then Marcia and her husband Jean-Georges went back to her birthplace to sample and taste the food and the culture and the history and the scenery, traditions of Korea. Of course, it's South Korea, not North Korea, for the forbidden food. And I can assure you, the main picture on Kimchi Chronicles is the bridge connecting the south to the north, going into the valley. It's also called a river bridge, if you didn't know what I was saying. But in the show, it's actually called a Hecton Baby Bridge. That's what those bridges are called, Hecton Baby Bridge. Okay. So, as the host of Kimchi Chronicles, which is a 4-part cooking show, well, not only a cooking show, that's one of the parts. One of the parts is cooking in the kitchen, which is done if you watch the show very casually. And I could really picture Marcia talking about talking about the travels and globe-trotting and getting off the beaten path and hiking and doing all this stuff while wearing a pink sleeveless shirt. And yes, clothes are very, very important as well. With tan shorts. Summer born, yet December born Sagittarius. It is part cooking, part foodie. Going in to restaurants and stalls and so many other places and sampling and tasting the food and the dishes and the different areas, the different cuisines, sub-cuisines of Korea. In tasting them and telling the audience what they've tasted and sharing the food of Korea with the audience and enjoying it and opening up their mind and trying new things and venturing while eating. I have to say that the one thing that I do have to say about that is it's rude. It's very, very rude. I am envious of every single dish that they eat on Kimchi Chronicles and that they make. So it's part cooking, part foodie. The other part is travel. Obviously, they're traveling because part of it is they're traveling in Korea, and then the other part, they're in their kitchen cooking. Which they just say, oh, they're putting all the ingredients in, and it goes by real quickly. And I feel like that they could do less of a job of saying what the ingredients are and just throwing random things in the pot and not talking about them at all. Okay. The other part of the cooking show is called, oh, by the way, they're traveling to all the different parts of Korea. And the other part of the cooking show is called philosophy. That's the fourth part.